We are going to see the heredity lesson. So heredity, the transfer of character from parents to offspring. For that, we have a nucleus in the cell. This is cell, nucleus. It is nucleus. Nucleus as chromosomes. Chromosomes are visible just before cell division. These are the chromosomes. So chromosomes are made up of DNA. DNA. This is DNA. It is double strand or double helix structure. Double helix structure of DNA. The small segment of DNA is called gene. Gene is the functional unit of DNA. Functional unit of DNA. So this gene, pair of genes which are responsible for one particular trait. So pair of gene are called alleles. Pair of genes responsible for one particular trait. Pair of gene alleles responsible for one particular trait. If you take mother and father, the child is getting one DNA copy from mother. Mother, one DNA copy from father. So the child is having both the characters. The gene he got from mother and also from father, because one DNA copy it is receiving, child is receiving from mother, and one DNA copy it is receiving from father. So it has both the DNA copies. So from the gene, if you take alleles, each gene, one gene they got from mother and one gene they got from father. One gene from father. So pair of genes responsible for one particular trait. Okay, so these are the basic concept you have to understand. So transfer of character, it is done with the help of chromosomes. Chromosomes are made up of DNA. DNA has a double helix structure. Small segment of DNA is called a gene. Gene is the functional unit of DNA, and pair of alleles are responsible for one particular trait. It is responsible for one particular trait. So each gene from allele, one gene from mother and one gene come from father. So what are the basic terms we have to know? It is, what is phenotype? So phenotype, it is physical appearance. It may be a short, the character which is visible for us. Short, tall, white flower, purple flower. So these are the characters visible in the plants. This is called phenotype of a plant. Genotype. Genotype means It is gene combination. Gene combination. It will be homozygous or heterozygous. Homozygous means both the gene are similar, similar or identical gene. Capital T, homozygous. Heterozygous, the gene combination is different. Capital T, small t. So this is dissimilar genes. So it is heterozygous. So these are the basic terms we have to know. So we are going to see about the rules of inheritance. Rules of inheritance. The Greher John Mendel, botanist, he has done the experiment in the pea plant. He selected a pea plant for his experiment. Pea plant for his experiment. The botanical name is Pisum sativum. Botanical name for pea plant is Pisum sativum. He selected the pea plant for his experiment because the reason behind it, it is able to grow faster. The pea plant is able to grow faster, and it has number of traits like some plants are short, some plants are tall. It has white color flower, purple color flower, and seed is smooth seed, wrinkled seed, yellow color seed, or green color seed. These are the different varieties of phenotype it is visible in the pea plant. And if you see the life cycle, within short period of time the life cycle get over. So he is able to experiment, he is able to witness number of generation within a very short period of time. So that is the reason he selected pea plant for his experiment. He formulated the rules of inheritance by seeing the experiment. He actually correlated the science and maths. So science and maths, both it is interrelated. He was concentrating in the number of individuals, whatever it is produced, and the particular character also. So he selected a pure tall plant. Pure tall plant meaning it is pure tall plant, it is homozygous condition. Capital T, it is homozygous condition. Pure tall plant meaning it is if you self pollinate this tall plant, how many times we self pollinate, it is able to produce only the tall plant. That is what pure tall plant meaning. And he has taken a pure short plant. This is also homozygous condition, but it is represented by small t, small t. So always the dominant character we write with small t. Sorry, dominant character it should be written with capital T, and the recessive character which will be written with small t. He has taken tall plant and pure short plant and crossed with cross pollination. These are the parents. Phenotype of parents is tall. Phenotype of parent is tall. Phenotype of another parent is short. Gene combination we have homozygous capital T T for tall, small t t for homozygous, small t t for short plant. So these are the plants. One can be the male. One can be the male parent. Another can be the female parent. So these are the parent phenotype tall and short. Genotype, it is capital T, small t, small t. So they are producing a gamete. They are producing a gamete. Gamete will be formed. Capital T, it will go to one gamete. Another gamete, it carries capital T. As it is a male plant, this is called pollen. Pollen grain, pollen grain. So male plant is producing a male gamete. Female plant, it is producing a female gamete, that is small t, small t. It is female gamete egg. So these are the gametes. It is produced from the tall and short plant. And during fertilization, the F1 generation is F1 generation, we will get like this. So there is a chance of capital T fused with small t. This is the probability. Capital T, capital T, small t. Then again, when it is joining with this capital T, small t, when we take this capital T joining with this T, and the same, this capital T join with this T, it is. So all the F1 generation, F1 generation, F1, all are tall. All are tall. If you see the phenotype of F1 generation, all are tall. Genotype of F1 generation, it is only capital T, small t. So in this, only the tallness is expressed. So the capital T, it is a dominant character. So dominant character, it is expressed. The character which is expressed in F1 generation is called dominant. So dominant, it is expressed itself even in front of, even in presence of small t. So T, capital T, it is representing a dominant character which is expressed in F1 generation. The small t, which is hidden by dominant. Dominant or not expressed in F1 generation. This is called recessive. Recessive character. So when he get the result like this, he formulated a law of dominance. Mendel, seeing this experiment, he formulated a rule for inheritance. The first rule, first law is law of dominance. So the law of dominance states that when he cross pure tall plant and pure short plant in homozygous condition, parents are in homozygous condition, the F1 generation, first filial generation, all are tall. The character which is expressed in F1 generation is T. T is dominant, and the small t, it is represented by recessive. So this is hidden by a dominant, or it is not expressed in F1 generation. So this is the law of dominance by Griher John Mendel. So first, Mendel's first law of inheritance, it is the law of dominance. Next, the F1, he crossed the F1 generation. F1 generation, he self-pollinated the F1 generation. F1 generation phenotype is tall. Genotype is capital T, small t. She crossed that through self pollination. This is also tall. So he has taken two individuals, two plants from the F1 generation, and he self pollinated. So these are the parents. And during gamete formation, the gametes are formed like capital T, it will go to one gamete, small t, it will go to another gamete, the same way from another parent, capital T, it goes to one gamete, small t goes to another gamete. If this is a male plant, this is a female plant. So this will be the male gamete, it is pollen. This is female gamete, egg. So these are the gametes. You have to understand how they are forming the gametes. So when the gametes are fused, we can easily draw a Punnett square and get the combination of individuals in F1 generation. So let me draw the Punnett square. By drawing a Punnett square, I am writing a male gamete this side. So capital T, small t. Female gamete another side, that is also capital T, small t. So the combination, it will be when this gamete fuses this male gamete, you will get the individual capital T, capital T. So this is capital T, small t, capital T, small t. Here it is capital T, small t. So always you have to write the capital letter first. That is dominant character you have to write first. So capital T, small t. Here both the gametes are small t. So small t, small t. So you are getting in F2 generation, you are getting four individuals. F2 generation, F2 generation, it can be progeny also. Progeny means it is generation. So you are getting a four individuals in what are the ways it is getting. You see, just to see this T, capital T means the phenotype of this, it will be tall because both are dominant characters, so it will be tall. Here it is heterozygous, capital T, small t, but still it will be dominant. Only the dominant character it will be expressed, so it will also be tall. And see this heterozygous tall. This is also tall, but here it is small t, it is becoming a short because the recessive character is expressed only in homozygous condition. So only in homozygous condition the recessive character is expressed. So small t will give the short plant. So now let us write about these are the individuals we are getting in F2 generation or first second filial generation. So we are writing the phenotypic ratio. So phenotypic ratio of F2 generation. Phenotypic ratio means you have to write the number ratio. So phenotypic ratio means how many tall you got? 1, 2, 3. So 3 talls, tall, how many tall you are getting is to how many short you are getting. So phenotypic tall and short, how many number you are getting? 3 tall is to one short. So phenotypic ratio of F2 generation, phenotypic ratio of F2 generation is equal to 3 is to 1. You can write the phenotype, it is tall and short. But genotypic ratio of F2 generation, genotypic ratio F2 generation, it is equal to genotype means we have to write the gene combination. What are the gene combination? This one different, this one different. Both are homozygous, but heterozygous we have two. So we can write that capital T is to capital T, small t is to small t. So ratio means we have to write the number. So how many are homozygous dominant? It is 1. 1 is to, this is 2. Heterozygous. Capital T, small t, it is 2. 1 is to 2 is to small t, 1. So genotypic ratio of F2 generation. So this is a monohybrid cross. Actually, this is a monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross. Because mono means single. Only we have taken a single pair of contrasting character. Single pair of contrasting character we have taken for his experiment. So Mendel has taken a single pair of contrasting character for his experiment. So this cross is called monohybrid cross. So in this monohybrid cross, F2 generation, the phenotypic ratio of F2 generation is 3 is to 1. Genotypic ratio of F2 generation is 1 is to 2 is to 1. So you can get a doubt like what will be the phenotype of F1 generation? What will be the phenotype of F1 generation? Only tall. But what will be the phenotypic ratio? All are tall here, so we cannot write the ratio. So all are tall. So what is the phenotype of F1 generation? It is tall. What is the genotype of F1 generation? It is capital T, small t. Okay. So this is the law of dominance. So state the law of dominance and explain with the example means you have to write about this cross and you have to explain what is dominant, what is recessive, everything you have to write it and you have to know what are the phenotypic ratio you are getting in F1 generation and F2 generation. So here you can write the difference between F1 and F2. So F1 generation and F2 generation. If you see that F1 generation, all are heterozygous individual. All are heterozygous, that is capital T, small t. But here F2 generation, some are heterozygous and also homozygous. Heterozygous, homozygous individuals also it will be appeared. That is capital T, capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, small t, small t. Here it is all are dominant. So another difference we can say it is all are dominant. All dominant. Here dominant, recessive also expressed. Dominant, recessive, recessive also expressed. So this question you will get in board. So what is the difference between F1 generation and F2 generation?